Morrissey, left side point, along the boards now for Scheifele, twists off the boards, far side, shot, they score! Kyle Connor with his first of the playoffs, and Winnipeg has regained the lead. It's 4-3 for the Jets with 1:36 remaining in this third period. And Scheifele, what a pass to spot Connor, and a one-timer beats Binnington. And the Jets have taken the lead, and this place is on its ear.
That was right here on 680 CJOB, all the way back on April 19th. It was in the third period, just over $1.50 left in that game. Game one against the St. Louis Blues. Kyle Connor scoring the 4-3 goal. I think Adam Lowry eventually put in an empty netter, and the Winnipeg Jets taking game one in a comeback fashion. And Kyle Connor with the heroics. He has signed a big commitment,
Historic.
Jim Toth. We'll get this out of the way here. Jets at Noon is brought to you by Wash Method Car Wash, 690 St. Anne's Road. VIP take on the text line. Win a VIP car wash from our good friends at Wash Method, 204-780-6868. We'll announce the winner later in the program, which is coming at you live from the Boston Pizza Studio for gourmet pizza and pasta. Bring the team to Boston Pizza. And I say we're going to get this part out of the way, and I'm referring specifically to some stats, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. I want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. 204-780-6868. Shoot us a text. Give us a call. The phone lines are open. Now, Jim, this is not the biggest single-day commitment, but is the biggest single commitment to a single player by the Winnipeg Jets. You know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, I think his two other players signed on the same day.
Correct.
So that would be the biggest overall commitment.
The biggest overall commit was Connor Hellebuyck and Mark Scheifele. Their dual deals, 7 years at $8.5, totaled $119 million total. This one only $96 million altogether over the next 8 years at $12 million per. Jim Toth.
But hear me now and believe me later. I think there's another contract coming that might propel this to the equal value of that day in Captain Adam Lowry. I don't want to take anything away from today, so we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But I think Adam Lowry, I believe Adam Lowry's next. I also believe that Adam Lowry might not want to talk about it while he's injured, so it might not be announced till then.
Yeah.
But I think an Adam Lowry contract is pending and will get done shortly. And then whether he wants to face the media before he's back healthy, which injured players rarely meet the media. Adam did at the start of the season, all training camp, injured because he's the captain.
Yeah, he had no obligation to do that.
Like, you can't get an interview with Adam Lowry right now just because he's injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's pending. But look, this is a big congratulations to the organization and Kyle Connor. Most people who have followed me talking about the Jets for 15 years now know how I feel about Kyle Connor. I've always felt he's an elite talent. I think he's the best player on this hockey team other than Connor Hellebuyck. I think he has a skill that gets paid in the National Hockey League more so than any other skill, and that is elite goal-scoring ability from multiple fashions. Throughout my own career, and this isn't about me at all, I've stated when Patrick Laine was here, Kyle Connor is a better all-round goal scorer than Patrick Laine. I got vilified for it because Patrick Laine was 44 goals in a rookie season and dynamic. People constantly were bringing it up on social media, how dumb I am, and why would I say that? It's because he can score goals in multiple fashions at an elite level. He doesn't have a shot that's elite, and he does, I'm sorry, but like Patrick Laine is not a one-trick pony, but he can score goals in an amazing fashion in one or two ways. Kyle Connor can score a goal on a breakaway. He can score a goal in tight with amazing hands. He can score a goal with a wrist shot. He can wire something from out far. He is an elite goal scorer in the National Hockey League. He currently has 582 points in 613 games. He currently has 49 points in 58 playoff games. This is what $12 million players look like, and with the cap going up. I thought it'd be 10.5 to 11.5, and I said if it's 12, I'll be a little surprised. You put 8 years on it, Cam, and $12 million does not surprise me.
Well, I went back to his last contract when he signed for 7 years at $50 million, and I went back and looked at his stats over that period of time. He's delivered, and the's no doubt about that.
He's never not delivered.
28-year-old first-round pick, 17th overall back in 2015, an absolute steal at 17. He has led the Jets in points 4 times over the last 6 seasons since his last contract. He's in the 7th year of his final. He's in the final year of his last contract this year. He's led the team in goals 5 of those years out of those 6. In 2019-2020, since 2019-2020, when he signed that contract, he has 454 points in 435 games. He's over
the real
a point.
Deal.
He's
Consistent.
over a point per game player. He has 217 goals. In the playoffs last year, he had 22 points and 8 goals in 18 games. In the playoffs, the last 3 years, I should say, he's been well over again a point per game player.
Let's talk term. Did you think it would be 8?
No, I didn't.
Because I think, like I said, 10.5 to 11.5.
Yeah.
But if it goes to 8, 12 to 12.5.
I also thought it would be about 10.5 million, and I was obviously way off.
I thought it would be 10.5 to 11.5, so it'd split the difference. I thought it was going to be a 6-year, $11 to $11.5 million deal. To get him for 8 years, Cam, I mean, we just did this 2 weeks ago talking about the situation the Calgary Flames are in. I think most of Jets fans do, but there is a small pocket out there that don't grasp this concept.
Yeah.
Johnny Gaudreau, Matthew Tkachuk aren't staying in Calgary. They get dealt, decimates the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, Connor Hellebuck do not stay in Winnipeg. This organization is devastated on the ice and probably off it. How many of you are going to a Jets game if 2 of those 3 guys are not on this roster? I can't overemphasize this enough. How this organization gets their best players to continuously re-up. How many contracts is this now for Kyle? How many contracts for Scheifele? How many for Hellebuck? To not want to leave the city of Winnipeg and the province of Manitoba and to want to win, but to win as Winnipeg Jets so desperately is what is saving this franchise off the ice, I believe. They are a Stanley Cup contender, but if any one of these players want to leave, this devastates this organization, in my opinion.
Let's go to the phones. Corey's on the line. Hey, Corey, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys, a great day for the Winnipeg Jets and for the city of Manitoba and province of Manitoba. The question I'd like to know about is with all the respect of all the free agents that don't want to come here, it seems like when you do come here and see the city, see how the organization is run and how professional it is, it changes the tones real fast because all these guys that re-sign should open the eyes of the free agents out there that says, you know what, Winnipeg isn't that bad. And, maybe down the road they'll give it a good look at instead of just thinking, Winnipeg is the bottom feeders of, that no one wants to come here.
Yeah, that's Corey. I hope that's the case. I wish that was the case, but I don't think it's going to change anything.
And Corey, I've always said this, like they're at this point now, the last 2 to 3 years. And look, Monahan was okay with it. Toffoli in trades, yeah, I'll go there. Blake Wheeler helped get Paul Stastny here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're an unrestricted or if you're a veteran high-end player, I do not know why you wouldn't want to come play in this top 6 if it's about winning, right? We talked about this with Seth Jones.
Yeah.
I get the Dallas or Florida option, and then he picks Florida. He won a Stanley Cup. I get all that. I'm not saying he should choose Winnipeg. What I don't understand is why high-end players like that don't even consider Winnipeg. Because they have a great team and great players. And if I'm a defenseman like Seth Jones, I would consider the idea of partnering with Josh Morrissey and playing in front of Connor Hellebuck.
Well, just think about Gabe Vilardi, right? I mean, he was traded. He was acquired here in a trade as an RFA. He signed a 2-year deal. Now he's extended for a long term with this organization. And Dylan Samberg only got a 3-year deal. But listen, Dylan Samberg is. Do we have any anticipation that he's going to be going anywhere once this 3 years is up? No. If this team is in a good spot, he's going to be sticking around. So,
but this goes to we talk about culture.
He was a draft pick too, but
yeah, we talk about culture with this team, and there was some issues in the room, right? But also when there was not a lot of winning, there was talk about the country club, quote unquote, culture of this organization. This organization desperately needs to do that. This organization needs the Mark Chipmans to drive to the airport and go on the tarmac and pick up Jonathan Toews.
Yeah.
They're not the organization that can have their owner wait at Canada Life Center for a car to bring Jonathan Toews to his office. Those are the things that help keep those players here, I believe.
Thanks, Corey. Appreciate the call.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks.
Yeah. Have a good one. 204-780-6868. Get your thoughts in. Also, call the Boston Pizza Jets at noon hotline, open 24/7. 204-780-6800. Boston Pizza. Come in for lunch every weekday to Boston Pizza. Get a delicious main side and ice cold drink for only $15 only at BP. The number one caller will be awarded a $50 gift card to Boston Pizza on Friday. Hey, you can be like Rob.
Woo! Yeah, baby. About time. Way to go, Chevy. Getting Kyle Connor in for the long haul. Woo! I, like hundreds of other or thousands of other Jets fans, are relieved now that that's done. Way to go. I hope he has an excellent season now. I hope the Jets have an excellent season. Thank you. My name is Rob, by the way. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks a lot, Rob. Appreciate that. Hey, give us a call on the Boston Pizza Jets at noon hotline. It's open 24/7, 204-780-6868. Miss your chance. Get your thoughts on the show. Call the hotline. Hey, we got some callers lined up on the on hold here. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. Let's take a break. Let's come back. On the other side, this just coming down from Kelly Moore. One player, one of those forwards, Jim, Parker Ford, Brad Lambert, David Gustafson, doesn't appear to be a part of the line rushes. So we're going to wait and see. And also what's going on with Taves on injured non-roster. We'll give you an update on that from Jets practice when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
At noon with Cameron Poitras and Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
Hey, let's squeeze a caller in here, Jim. Let's get Rick on the line. Hey, Rick. What's going on?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. What's up?
You know what this proves? It proves that not that Winnipeg's a great city, because really it's not. It proves that the Winnipeg Jets may be the best-run organization in the NHL. It starts with Chipman, the best owner, and Cheveldayoff is robbed by not getting GM of the Year every year for what the obstacles he faces, and yet what the rabbits he continues to pull out of his hat. It's amazing.
Well, the city's good enough to keep these guys here. I mean, obviously that there's something. If it was, it's not New York, but
you know what I think it is? It's big enough that they care and have passion and love the players.
Yeah.
But it's not so big that it's to the point where it's the Mitch Marner and Toronto situation.
Do you know what it is, Jim? It's the friendships that these guys have in the locker room. Honestly, that's the biggest thing. It's the friendships.
Like Dylan's neighbors shoveling his snow.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, wherever Kyle Connor goes, it won't be, can you sign this? Can you blah, blah? It'll be like, hey, Kyle, how are you? You know, I mean, I don't know this because I'm not a player, but I never heard any of the players say I had a bad interaction.
Yeah.
Anyways, but you go to the bigger cities and that happens, right?
Yeah, Rick, one more quick thing here. Go ahead. And then we got to move on.
I don't even think his is the best contract. I still think it's Scheifele and Hellebuck's a tie for the best contract, or probably Hellebuck's.
Well, yeah. So they're 1 year into their deal, right? Correct? Right. Their 7-year deal. I think it was last year was the first year that it kicked in. I think you're going to look back in 2-3 years and you're going to feel the exact same about those two contracts.
Name me a pro sports franchise in any of the 4 major sports with a salary cap that are going to have this many star players retire as lifelong players.
Yeah, it's impressive. Rick, thanks so much for the call. Appreciate it. All right, take care. Yeah, there he goes. 204-780-6868. I want to squeeze this on here. This texture says, got to appreciate the irony of Connor signing for $96 million, and yet the Jets are purchased for $110 million in 2011 before their move fee, which kicked it up to $170 million. But
the expansion fee was
a
couple mil. I mean, the value of this franchise is over $1 billion right now. You're a smart businessman. You'll sell. It's never been a better time.
Hey, we'll be right back. Hey,
just kidding.
Hey, if you're on the line right now, don't go anywhere. 204-780-6868. Fill out those lines. Kyle Connor re-signing with this organization, $12 million per an 8-year contract extension. We'll be right back.
8 years is what surprises me.
Hi there. Welcome to KFC.
Hi, can I get a Kyle Connor extension, please?
For sure. Coming right up.
That was a little thing put on social media.
Brilliant.
By the Winnipeg Jets.
Do you
wonder
know
how long ago they shot that one? Did they rush out this morning?
I've had some people, like when I go home to Alberta and stuff, they're like, what does KFC stand for? Why do they call them Kentucky Fried
We can't say it
Chicken?
on the air.
And I'm like, cover your kids' ears. It's one of that's one of the great sports nicknames because it is got the F word in it, but yet it just sticks in normal society. Like I don't know anybody who's offended by that.
No, I don't think so. Let's go to the phone lines. Let's get Mike on the show. Hey, Mike, thanks for waiting. What's up?
Guys, I got a question, and it's on Hellebuck. I like him a lot. He's worth all the money they pay him. his regular season stats are great. He wins awards. But the playoffs, like last year, for example, his goals against were probably double what his regular season is.
Yeah, no.
And I want to get your opinion on why you think that is, if it's the defense letting him down, a different style of hockey, or it's the pressure of the playoffs.
I don't have an answer for you. I don't think it's any of those things specifically. I don't think Connor Hellebuyck is an issue with facing pressure or mounting pressure. I just think it's a culmination of many things. I think there's a lot of context attached to it. And, listen, I'm going to keep betting on Connor Hellebuyck in the playoffs every single year that he's a member of this team.
My opinion is a combination of what you just said. It starts with Kyle Connor. I think that it elevates in the playoffs. And his first 3 years in the playoffs, he had really, really good numbers. He was 922, 913. Yeah. Sorry, he had a 901 in 2019-20, but in 2020-21, he had a 931. So his first 4 years in the playoffs, his save percentage was 922, 913, 904, but then 931. His last 3 years in the playoffs, it's been 886, 870, and 866, which is not good enough. But the Colorado series, I'll always hearken back to.
Yeah.
The Jets team in front of him doubled the high danger chances he saw compared to any regular season game.
And if you're going to ask what the difference was with him in St. Louis and Dallas these last couple of years, there was the first game, but
those are the things that are on him,
those are on him, yeah. Those are outliers.
Like the St. Louis games are on him. So I think that's why I think, Darren, it's a combination of some of it's been the team and play in front of him, and the other part has been him in his own head. And then I think there was a playoff or two where he just didn't play his optimal. Yeah. Much like a player who goes 13 playoff games and doesn't have a goal, but he's got 50 goals in the regular season. He's just not playing well at the time. That's what I think it was.
What do you think, Mike? I'll give you the last word on this, so we got to move on.
Or Mike, sorry.
No, I appreciate that, guys. I just wanted your opinions. I appreciate that.
Okay, thanks a lot, Mike. Appreciate it. All right,
but I do believe there's some involvement here. Like, I have no problem with how he played against Dallas.
Well, it was heading into that Dallas series, and I started to get really concerned about his save percentage, particularly those games in St. Louis. Everything was
the St. Louis games were.
It was not trending in a good direction at that moment.
That's why the St. Louis series made me think more so. Like Colorado, I thought it was some poor play, not mental thing, but poor play, and the team was terrible in front of them in those 5 games. Mm-hmm. The St. Louis series, I was like, this is on you. Like, you have something going on, like confidence-wise or whatever, where you're this comfortable at home and this uncomfortable on the road.
And then overall, he was really good.
But then Dallas, he came back. Like, people forget, but he had 2 shutouts against Dallas.
Yeah, they forget that. All right, hey, Darwin, what's up?
Not too much. That was a great signing for Kyle F. Connor this morning for 8 years for $12 million a season.
What do you think of the deal?
I think it's a great deal. And I think Kyle Connor is going to have a 50-goal season this season.
I think he's got one in him. I definitely think he has one in him at some point.
Yeah, and I think Gustav Nyquist will have a good year. That's a good pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always said the 2 things that have caused me some grief social media-wise was I think Kyle Connor's a better all-around scorer than Patrick Laine. The other one is I think Kyle Connor will be the first Jets 50-goal scorer, 2.0. I think he'll be the first player to get 50.
Appreciate the phone call, Darwin. Really appreciate it.
Go ahead. Connor Hellebuyck's going to have another good – I think he's going to play better in the playoffs this year, and we're going all the way.
I hope so, Darwin. Thanks so much for the call. Take care.
Thanks, Darwin.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let's go to Ray. Hey, Ray.
Hey, hello.
Hey, Ray, are you there? We're on the air here with Jim and Cam.
I'm here.
What's going on, dude?
I got a simple question and nothing bad. I've watched tons of interviews. All the players by the end usually say, we just like to go out there and have fun. How much does fun cost?
I don't know. You need to reframe your question. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't understand.
You think they should play for free because it's fun?
Not free, but why do I have to pay you $7 million to go out and have fun?
Because he's really, really good at it, and he helps you make. Let me finish, Ray. Because he's really
how good these guys are. I truly do.
Okay, Ray. Well, it's the really, really good players like Kyle Connor that helps the team make money, and the team wouldn't pay him $12 million if Kyle Connor wasn't making them a lot more.
Right.
So why shouldn't he get a piece of that?
Okay, maybe I'm not. I'm just saying, they're out there to have fun. Why do you need to get paid so much to have fun?
Because they're helping the team make more money than they're getting paid while they're having fun.
Okay. So it's all about money. Sorry.
Well, no, it's not all about money. I agree with you. It's a child's game that everybody wishes they could play. But if you're playing it and having a ton of fun and helping the owner make even more money than he's paying you, why shouldn't you get a piece of that?
Okay, that part I understand.
All right, Ray. Thanks so much for the call.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't begrudge the athletes for this. They would not get paid this if the team didn't have the money. It's not like Mark's like sitting there going, "How am I going to make this money back?"
Mm-hmm. Okay, how much money did Hayden Fleury sign for on his 2-year deal?
900 and some
Yeah.
thousand.
Okay, that's what Hayden Fleury's market value is. He got paid his market value.
Yeah.
Right. And if everybody in the National Hockey League was making that kind of money, I don't think you'd. And I'm not begrudging Ray for calling that, because it's honestly a genuine question we get all the time.
Well, that's what's brilliant.
If you're a player and you're over a point per game player for 6 years during your last, as we've gone over your last contract, and you're an elite talent, and you were probably the best left winger in the entire league last year. You made the All-Star, the All NHL team on left wing last year. You deserve your cut. You're at the apex of your industry, because if you go down beyond the NHL, and okay, there's money to be made in Europe, but it's not anywhere near the NHL money. How many kids suit up to be hockey players as youth?
How many Kyle Connor jerseys have been sold in 8 years? And
how many of those kids in that go into youth hockey end up where Kyle Connor is?
Less than 1%.
Beyond less than 1%.
Yes.
Beyond less than 1%.
So no matter what he does in those parameters, he's like less than 1 percentile of the people on the planet that can do that. No matter what you do, if you're in that percentile, you're probably going to get compensated quite well.
Correct. Let's go to the phone lines, and then we actually have we teed up some stuff. So let's get Jeremy and George on the line, and then we'll get to some stuff that we talked about before. Hey Jeremy, what's up?
Hey guys, keep preaching and educating. It's a lot of people don't get it, but yeah, it's a business, and they have elite talent, and the money's there, so they get paid.
Yeah.
Moving on to keeping up with the Kyle Connor thing, and moving on to Shovel Dayoff, like GM of the year, perennial GM of the year. People don't get it. This is the worst market, optic-wise, for every player, agent out there, and he's able to sign these American kids, Hellebuck and Connor, who to long-term contracts, basically the best times of their career here in Winnipeg. And even though the hometown teams were going to be opening up their wallets for them if they hit free agency. So let's not lose sight of that. Like, there's so many Detroit fans that really want to see Kyle Connor back in Detroit.
They're not going to for a while. Yeah,
exactly.
No, Jeremy. I mean,
Layoff, man. Like,
yeah, he's done a good job stewarding this team. There's no doubt about that with challenging. Thanks so much for the call, Jeremy. I appreciate it.
And I'm more wondering, like, is there anybody who thinks this is an overpay? Like, I think with the cap going up, I think, look, in 2 years, he could be making 14 or 15 million to do what he does.
It's yeah.
But I don't think it's an overpay. And I don't think like it's, Kevin Cheveldayoff has done it again. He doesn't overpay, but he doesn't underpay.
George, what's up? You're on the show.
Afternoon, boys. Definitely not an overpay, JT. It's an equal pay is the way I figure it. Congratulations to Connor, to the city of Winnipeg, the Winnipeg Jets. And I always say, if you ain't having fun, man, you ain't trying.
Thanks a lot, George. I appreciate it.
Here's another good text. So, like Linda says, I agree with Ray. I can't even afford a ticket. Lots of us can't. I understand that, Linda. Trust me. I have 2 kids, 4 of us to go to the game. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, you think I can do it?
I can't. I mean, I go to a game with one son if I can. The other son's not old enough, but looking forward to taking him. But it's not something we sit down and go, we're going to go to 7 games this year. We can't afford it. I'm not trying to belittle anybody else like that.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, in society, there are things that people can do and others can't. This would not be happening, a $12 million per year contract, if there wasn't enough base that can.
How many
and
people?
Just because you can't, and I'm not talking down to you, Linda, at all. I'm just saying, like, I'm with you. I can't buy season tickets. I can't afford it. But I don't begrudge anybody who can. Well, Jim, and in the meantime, I get to cover the team. I get to watch the games. Linda, you get to watch the games. You get to listen on the radio. You get to be part of the atmosphere in Winnipeg and all that. I don't want this to become a debate about where pro sports is at. It's not about that. They make a ton of money. The franchise is worth $1 billion right now.
How many people right now on this planet can strap on skates, go play in the National Hockey League against the best players and score 50 goals? Or have an opportunity, or score 50,
it's the toughest thing to do
or
in
score
the game.
40, or 40 or 30.
The toughest thing to do in the National Hockey League, by far, is score a goal. The next thing is to score points.
Yeah. There's a select group of people out there that don't want people making millions of dollars as a salary.
I get that, and I don't want this day to be this, Cam. I don't want to sit here. Do I think an athlete should make more than a doctor or a military person? No, I don't.
Well, that's up to the free market to decide.
But I've said this before. Nobody is paying $300 to watch a doctor do a surgery. People, whether you can afford it or not, are paying $300 to watch Kyle Connor score goals. More people are tuning in at night to watch it. Nobody's going on closed circuit TV and watching a doctor do a surgery. That's why there's money to be made. It's an industry that works. The franchise was bought 15 years ago for $170 million. It's worth over $1 billion. They can afford $12 million a year for Kyle Connor because Kyle Connor is making them more than $12 million a year. Helping to make them more than that.
Yeah.
It's just, let's not get into this. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you can't afford a ticket. I get that.
Yeah.
But you can still watch the team. You can still enjoy it. And it's not Kyle Connor's fault.
No. Blame society. If your issue is that a hockey player is making more than a doctor or a surgeon saving lives, then you have an issue with society. You don't have an issue with Kyle Connor or the NHL doling out fair
sports.
Contracts to their players.
They would not be paying athletes the money they pay them if more money wasn't there. It's not like they're breaking even.
Yeah, the market's deciding this. It's the money that's coming in.
The market decides it like any business.
Yeah, and it decides the salary cap. And then
business is good right now.
And then the salary cap is then determines how much a player is worth, ultimately, given what they're able to put on a stat line.
Enjoy the season. Enjoy the game. I'm sorry you can't go to a game.
This is just coming down from Kelly Moore. It says, so it would appear that David Gustafsson is the odd forward out with the expectation that Jonathan Toews will come off injured non-roster and on the active roster for tomorrow night. This from Mitchell Clinton. No changes to the line rushes. Connor Scheifele, Velarde, Nyquist, Taves, Cheberkov, Niederreiter, Nemestikov, Iafallo, Kepke, Barron, Pearson, Ford, and Lambert appear to be the extra forwards that the Jets are going to be holding on to. Morrissey, DeMello, Fleury, Pionk, Stanley, and then Shen, and then Miller and Gustafsson are just in pairs just to get them all going here. So
Kelly was on Hal's show today and talking.
You surprised by that?
He feels that. No, I'm not. Most people felt that Jonathan Toews would be good to play, and I was leaning that way once he was at practice. Ken Wiebe was on our station today as well. Kelly Moore was on saying they were, given what they know and what they saw, especially Wiebe said, from what I saw him at practice yesterday, he's playing on Thursday. So.
Also, hey, this one comes from Robert. He says, hey, Cam and Jim, I don't quite understand the bonus part of Connor's contract. Can you please clarify that for me? Thanks.
Yes.
So let people in on this a little bit.
So here's how it works, and this is why I think it took a little bit, is because elite players get these bonuses. They prefer it, and I would assume it's because on July 1st when the bonus comes in, they're in a state that has much better taxes or whatever. But I don't know that in Kyle's case, but here's how it works. For the first 3 years of this contract, he will get $7.5 million in salary throughout the 6 months of the season. And then on a certain date, I presume July 1st, he'll get a $7.5 million signing bonus. So for the first 3 years, he'll make $7.5 a season, but he'll be handed a $7.5 million check 3 times over the next 3 years. Year 4 of that, it's $6 million salary, $6 million in bonuses. Year 5 of the contract, it'll be $7 million in salary and $2 million in a bonus. Year 6 of the contract, he'll get $6 million in salary and a $6 million bonus. Year 7, he'll get $4.5 million in salary, $4.5 million in a bonus. And the final year of the contract, the 8th year, is just a straight salary of $9 million.
Okay.
So $41 million of it is in bonuses, and the rest of it is in salary over the 8 years.
Let's take a break. Let's come back. 204-780-6860. Hey, we have a great text, and that texter is going to be winning the VIP car wash from my good friends at Wash Method. Miss your chance to get your thoughts on the show today. Call the Boston Pizza Jets at Noon hotline, open 24/7, 204-780-6800. Boston Pizza, come in for lunch every weekday to Boston Pizza. Get a delicious main side and ice cold drink for only $15. Only at BP. The number one caller will be awarded a $50 gift card to Boston Pizza on Friday. We'll be right back.
And Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
Let's give away our VIP car wash. My good friends at Wash Method.
Wash Method.
Wash Method Car Wash, 690 St. Anne's Road. Coming at you live from the Boston Pizza Studio for gourmet pizza and pasta. Bring the team to Boston Pizza. Our winning text message goes to Adam, who says, I know of one 6-year-old that is going to be ecstatic after school when I tell him he's going to be able to watch his favorite player until he's 15 years old. Thank you very much.
That's a great way to put it. 8 more years, right?
Yeah. Well, nine because of this year, and then 8, tack on 8 afterwards.
So Kyle is what right now?
28 years old.
28 years old. So he'll be 35. 9
No,
more
he
years.
won't.
No, he'll be 35. No, 36. Sorry. Wait a minute. He's 28. He'll be 37.
Oh my God.
Why do you?
Dude, listen, everybody, honestly, turn off your radio. If I can't do that
It's like
level
my
of math,
high school math grade.
You
Where
have
they're
no-
like, don't talk to Toth during the exam. He'll get confused.
you actually have no reason to like that was embarrassing. I'm actually going to say here, I'm going to apologize to everybody who's listening and had to listen to me bumble through grade 1 math there. So I have to
Connor
apologize.
Should take a little bit of that money and start a fund to help educate us in mathematics.
Oh boy.
By the way, Kyle Connor is addressing the media after practice, and he has some meetings with coaches. We tried to get him on the show.
Correct.
Because tomorrow's a game day, so he won't be available to come on the show. But just heard from the Jets. He may be able to join me around 1:30, 1:45 on the Jim Toth show. So we'll keep working on that. But he does have to have meetings with the coaches yet, and he's still got to meet with the media after practice.
Got a job to do.
Yeah.
He's got to have.
Well, we'll try to get him on the
do.
680 CJB airwaves. And
Darren text shows says, great day to be a Jets fan. Signing KC was critical. Answer me this, though. How important was it to not sign Ehlers to ensure that we had the cap space available to do this?
Yeah, I mean, look,
Wow, yeah.
I've always, what I've been told about the cap going up, the Jets can afford a $100 million cap. But I think it gets dicey at 130, 140. That's why I think it's going to go up for the next 2 to 3 years. And it might get to 110, 113, but I think it's going to eventually stop.
Jim Toth to take you all the way till
That's
2
my
o'clock.
opinion.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey Fortier, for producing the show. That's it for me. Be back same time tomorrow. What do we got? It's a game day tomorrow, Jim
The
Toth.
season starts tomorrow for the Jets, Cam.
82 games,
And
baby.
we did awesome avoiding most of training camp. You were away. I got sick. Veteran moves.
You want to talk about the same
But
storylines
now
from
it's
training
real.
camp over
Now
and
it's
over again for
real,
10
and
weeks?
we're ready to go tomorrow.
All right, here we
with the
go. See
preview.
you, everybody.